I'm Aaron Sabin, and the video you're about to see is not shot very well. It was one of my first attempts, so I apologize for the camera being all over the place. Hopefully I'm getting a little better at it. This video is showing the delivery of a replacement skid loader, a brand new replacement skid loader for my brand new one I purchased. I purchased a brand new one from Kubota through the dealer here locally, and it had a whine, bad problems. We didn't know what it was. They traded out, gave me a loaner for a little while, put this one in the shop, and after going through multiple testing, replacing a lot of parts, including the hydraulic pump, got down to the point where the dealer and I put a little pressure on Kubota, got them to commit that if after this next replacement with the transmission, if it didn't take care of the problem, that they would replace it with a new machine. This video shows the replacement, them dropping it off, and helping me out, and a little bit of a description of what happened. So just understand, my situation is a little different. They went through and did a substantial amount of work and parts replacement and testing. I can admit though, I had my own theory on what was going on with that machine, and I honestly thought it was a hydraulic line that was cavitating inside, and it was going to be a fairly simple fix. But it's their warranty, their responsibility to fix it, so I left it in their hands with their mechanics and their engineers. Yes, the engineer actually, the way I was told, the way I understand, flew out twice along with the mechanic from corporate to check this. I'll be honest, I love the system. It runs great, it works great. Hopefully I don't have any problems with it from here on out. This machine, I know this video is a little late because it's kind of after the fact. I've had this machine almost a year now. I've only put about 100 hours, actually almost exactly 100 hours on it right at the moment. A little busy with work and using it for work here and there. So, enjoy. Sorry about the crazy video, you know, the camera all over the place. It was one of my first attempts. Wish I'd known a little bit more, and every time I try to video, I get a little bit better on it, I think. So hopefully. And welcome to our channel. We're the Sabins. You'll see my son and my family in this occasionally. We do a lot of different projects. I'm a guy that I always have projects going, I always have equipment. I've got projects coming. I actually have a project that's going to be getting shipped down and towed down here fairly soon. It's a big, fun thing, and I've always wanted one of these. And you'll see, we'll get the videos soon. We've got a lot already done and videoed. I've got an excavator that we did a lot of work on, and we're trying to finish up right now. Got a little bit of touch up on it. It's a lot of different videos we'll do on it, different work and different things that we did. Painting and everything, from replacing the cab to, yeah. Take a look at it. It's nice to have you along for the ride, but I'll be honest, I'm mostly doing this for my kids and my prosperity. So, posterity, that's the word. And yeah, guess what? I'm gonna mess up a lot of words, so good luck. Nice to have you along. All right, so this is the new 95 to replace the old one?
Correct.
Okay, now, so refresh my memory so people know what's going on. We had a weird buzzing or a humming.
In the cab.
In the cab, yeah, at about 2,300 RPM. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this took a little while. We still haven't quite figured out exactly what it is, but by the way, introduce yourself real quick.
Russ Peterson, Bonneville Equipment, go Kubota.
Yeah, go Kubota, especially after what they've done for me. Okay, so they're still trying to diagnose it and still trying to find out what's going on. But what we've got now is, after a few months, well, it's been more than a few months, but they've had a loaner to me the whole time, and they've been really helpful that way. So the loaner gets to go back nice and muddy and dirty, which I appreciate, just so you know. So this thing is literally brand new.
Yep.
Now, okay, I'm going to skip back a little bit. My machine, when I got it, with 0.9 hours on it, had the hum, and we worked through it, and then we got it in and went through all the diagnostic and everything. But ultimately, what did Kubota decide to do for us?
So Kubota decided that once we couldn't figure out what the hum was we couldn't figure out how to fix the hum, basically.
So it's going back for diagnostic back
Diagnostic,
to
back
Kubota.
and forth. It's going back to Kubota now. Kubota came back and said, you know what? Let's just get him a new machine, make sure he's happy, and there you go. Brand new 95 Kubota, great machine, and we're going to take one back, and Kubota's going to take it back.
Yeah, this thing is an awesome machine. I've loved mine. There's quite a few features I love. Plus, since I'm taller, I fit in it better. This thing, it's a great machine, and ultimately what it comes down to is the service and the fact that Kubota and Bonneville came through with a brand new machine for me. The other machine had about 63 hours on it, but so it was pretty new, but it was used. What else can I say but thank you?
You're absolutely welcome. We always want to make sure the customer's satisfied, and in this particular case, I really think Kubota came through because this isn't just a $20,000 machine. This is an $80,000 to $90,000 machine, and if it's not working, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, you guys totally came through on this thing. You can't get much newer and it's got 1 hour on it. So, I appreciate you guys double checking everything before it came out, and so that we didn't have a hum on this one.
Yep.
The thing is, the machine works great, except for at the RPM level, it was hard to operate or hard to listen to the radio or anything.
I'm sure you came home with a headache every day going,
Yeah, unfortunately, I was using earplugs.
Yeah, it was that bad.
But, the great thing is that Kubota came through on this. Because what else can you all you can do is appreciate, even though it does take some time to work through these things.
Yep.
And people have to understand that, because nowadays everybody wants it now.
Well, that's one thing that we appreciated your patience, because
it goes so much further. I knew that I was going to get further with everybody else, not yelling, not cussing, swearing, and accusing people of crap. It goes a long ways, and it goes both ways. And so it worked out great between us. Yeah, we knew there were some steps I had to go through. I know that you guys did a lot. You guys changed out the pump, the transmission, some valve assemblies, a whole bunch of stuff. And testing. You guys tested every hydraulic pressure in every system.
Yep.
And they even flew guys out from corporate, twice?
Twice. No one could figure it out, and at the end of the day,
See, here's the thing though. Doesn't matter what machine it is. Here I'm using hand gestures behind the camera. It's kind of funny. Doesn't matter what machine, what company, vehicle, equipment, part, you name it. There's always the potential of a slight variation that can throw everything off.
Absolutely.
So to have Kubota come through and say, look, we want to figure this thing out, that's great. And hopefully some people will see that they have to have patience with these companies, because it does take time. And now you guys got some awesome new controls on these joysticks.
Yep.
Let's take a look at these things.
You got a 2-speed pilot control, and everything you need is at your fingertips, so it's really nice.
Let's turn this thing on.
Yeah, turn on and see that there's no hum.
Stereo's working. Okay, so I've got the arms up, that's just part of the startup procedure when it's cold. Okay, so in this machine, I got it, I'm good, thanks. Quick coupler is right here. You got to flip it up. By the way, don't use this while you're driving. It's not smart. Okay, so we got unlock and lock in here. So as we do this, let's move. Okay, let's just show how this thing works. If I can get the camera in the right position. Okay, so it's unlocked. So here's the locking position. It runs. It's got 2 rods on the little wedge on the bottom. It hooks into each little spot in the bottom of the bucket and the mounts. Great little setup. Now, there's another benefit about this. Kubota actually has a greaser on each one of these, and trust me, people, you have to grease those things, and it makes life so much easier.
Absolutely.
Any machine, you have to grease.
Over-grease.
Yes. If there's not grease falling off of it, you're not.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
So I have loved the amount of air vents and everything in this machine. And you can see we've got a horn right here. I forget what all the different controls do. We got high speed up on the front right here. That's your speed control. Your air conditioning is down here in your heat. And your windshield wiper. Now, the depth bypass right here. So this one is if you're in a grassy field, a dangerous situation,
Correct.
where you might start a fire. You hit this, and then you can get out of that area a little later. And then you hit it again, and then it will run its regen.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Now there is another option I want to show people on this one that I have on this. That's worth every penny. And I gotta get this door down. Do it one-handed. That is this backup mirror. Okay. So if you can't afford a camera, get a mirror. These things, it really increases your view and your range. Now, I don't know what else to tell about this. I mean, you got your park brake, you got your, get the camera in place. So, you got your park brake here, your lights, it does front, and then flip it one more time, it does front and rear. And then this is just the unlock to be able to go after your arms are down. And then obviously you got all the seat controls and seat comforts and everything there as well. Let's take a look at the engine on this thing. Now I love these wide tracks too.
Yeah,
These
wide
things,
tracks give you plenty of stability.
I've had this, the other one up on my property, basically doing logging. And man, at first you're sitting there going, okay, this thing's, there's a lot of weight and you're being careful and you're moving trees that are 50, 60 feet, pretty good sized trees with a big, huge giant. After a few minutes you kind of feel, you can get the feel of it and the weight on that hillside and how stable it is. And I mean, I don't push it to its limits, but I've had on some pretty steep stuff and I feel pretty secure and safe. So, air filter assembly right there. Obviously, all your oil and everything here. You got your dipstick. Okay. And see, I like keeping them clean. I know this is clean because it's brand new, but I pressure wash these things. And you've got, one thing you got to remember on this machine, when you pressure wash, every once in a while, you got to pull these two plates off right here. Wash everything out. And radiator will actually pop and lean out a little bit too, give you better access for maintenance. It's got the good old, always trustable Kubota engine in there.
Absolutely. One of the things Kubota does too with their engines is they make it so that you can change the oil, change the air filter, all the things that you need to do that you can do yourself, and you don't need to send it to a shop. It's available to you here that you can get to. And that's really nice because some of the machines aren't that way.
Yeah. Now there's one cool thing I really like about Kubota. Their frame, this machine is purpose built specifically as a track unit. It's not the frame with everything built on to be a track or a combo unit, because everything is welded in solid. Now, some people might not like that, but I'm telling you, maintenance-wise, long-term, you get hours on this machine. This machine is going to last 10, 20,000 hours with good maintenance.
Yep.